trying to figure out how to take my own picture. It's
Yes.
easy. Like with my actual camera, not like a cell phone or anything. So
Yes.
yeah.
Oh yeah, it's the whole, I don't know if you have a remote shutter or
I do. I have a remote. Yeah.
yes.
Which I lost, and then I found it. So I'm happy to find it. So the first little while I was just using a timer. So that was interesting.
Oh yeah. I think we've all been there. If you've ever tried to take a portrait of yourself on your big camera, running back and forth with the timer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Many of us have been there, I think.
Yeah. It's been fun though. It's been fun.
Awesome. Well, maybe we'll share, she shared an image with me earlier. So maybe we'll share it. Do you want to share it now or maybe at the end?
I could share it now. Sure.
Okay. She'll share it now and then we'll get to today's topic.
Yeah. I know.
Okay, let's see.
Babies we got to look at. Okay. So I just shot this one right before this actually, because it had been in my head for a little while. So this is not edited, so don't judge me based on that. It's just my theory coming together here. Oops, I'm gonna back up. Back up. There we go. Mini me.
So cool. I love it. And it's so creative.
Yeah, so that was kind of fun. So I have like, I took a few different ones of myself, just with my hand kind of open. And then I took a picture of myself sitting and then had to figure out which one I wanted to put together.
Very nice.
So yeah, it's kind of fun.
This could be like a whole kind of PDF tutorial that you could.
I could be, yeah. Well, and it's interesting because I've been learning a lot about, about my camera. I figured out how to do like multiple exposure, which was really interesting, which, I mean, it sounds really simple, but even just how to capture it correctly and sort of bring what I wanted to life and stuff like that was kind of neat. So yeah, a lot of editing and yeah, I've learned a lot, which has been really fun.
That's really nice. So here's an example of one lady who has been somewhat productive during this pandemic.
Now, that's all I've done. Like, really cook food, not cleaning my house. Like, that's about it.
Okay. Okay, so we'll go back to general chat after we get to today's topic, which is critiquing of member images. So before we get into the images, do you want to share one or two things that you often look for, or one of the first things that you personally tend to look for when you first see an image when you're judging?
So I'm very technical, and this has been something that I've had to sort of come to terms with over the last years of being in business, just because I love and I aspire to be super, super creative, but I find that I get inspired by others more than in my own head. So I'm very technical. So I always look for technical stuff like lighting, the technical aspects of a pose. Now I don't judge harshly on those things except for on myself, but those are definitely the things that my eye kind of goes to first.
Okay, great. Okay, so we're interested to hear what you think about these. So I'm going to put on my screen share and then we'll get to the, what is now 8 images today.
Yeah, there's a lot. I'm excited.
Yes. Okay, here we go. Are you seeing this screen?
Yeah,
okay, here's our first one. Take it away.
So, I mean, this is a beautiful image. Like, I love the tones. I love the brown on tan. That's always one of my favorite things to do as well, just put same. Mm-hmm. Baby looks super relaxed. The fingers look great. The pose looks great. I don't have a whole lot to say here.
Yeah, really. This is beautiful. I agree. It's the color temperature is nice and warm and everything complements everything. The textures in the skin.
The lighting is nice and soft and it still have that beautiful shadow, and I love the lips on this baby too. So cute. So
well done to this photographer.
Beautiful shot.
Okay, let's move to the, let me see if I can get to the next one. There we go. Here's our next one.
Oh, so
curled up. Look how comfy. Yes.
Right? That's what I want to be doing right now. It's curled up in a ball.
Oh my gosh, I know.
So the one thing that I would suggest with this, I would like to see a little bit more of baby's face, personally. I love, though, how the fingers are very, very relaxed. There's no fists. which I think is great. I think next time for this person, excuse me, to work on getting the angle of baby's head is nice, but baby looking a little bit more up to the camera, just not like an alarming amount, but a little bit so that we can see the face just a little bit more. And then using a little bit less of the wrap. The wrap feels a tiny bit bulky as well.
So do you have any suggestion for how to show more of the face? Do you recommend them getting to a lower angle or actually moving the head? What would you do in this
If it was me,
situation?
I think part of it here is the wrap is supporting the baby's head. So I think that's part of it. So I would have maybe wrapped a little bit. I think if the wrap was less bulky, so I do this pose and I wrap on my knees and I position the baby how I want in my hands before I set them down. So maybe this person did the exact same, I'm not sure, but that way you have a little bit more control over where baby is going to be looking and stuff. So for me, all it would take here is to somehow allow the baby's head to tilt back.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes. So having a little bit less of the bulky fabric right at the neck.
Yes. Yeah. But I love the toes and the fingers are so relaxed. And I can see it looks like a bit of diaper showing, but that personally doesn't, I have no issue with that.
Yes. Okay. Good advice. And yeah, the baby looks so peaceful and
I know, totally.
comfortable.
Very
okay, let's move to our next one.
Oh my gosh, look at her face.
Oh my gosh.
Squishy. Oh man.
She's got great cheeks and hair.
Yes, the hair. Oh my goodness, the hair. So I think I feel like this is two poses. Like I'm not 100% sure which pose was sort of attempted here. It sort of looks like head on hands or maybe bum up, but then the back arm came through. So I think that would be my one thing is I'm not fully sure which pose was being attempted here.
Okay.
I do love the straight fingers under baby's chin. That hand is placed really nicely. I think if this is bum up, to pull the other hand that's by the eye, to pull that one back down beside baby's body so we don't see it. And then use like a posing bean or something to prop baby's head up at the angle that you want. Yeah.
Okay, so that the hand by the eye you would have not visible at all, or just the little hands, or nothing, no part of that arm?
No part of that arm. If this was bum up that was being attempted here. If it's head on hands, I would have had the front arm with the straight fingers with the elbow pulled out more to sort of mirror what the other hand is kind of doing.
I see. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And any advice about the lighting or any comments about that?
The highlights seem to be a little bit blown out on the bow and then on baby's nose and cheeks a little bit there. So that can be dealt with while shooting, or you can deal with that in Photoshop relatively easily as well to bring the highlights down.
Okay, thank you to this photographer for submitting this image. We're going to move on to the next one. The colors really work for me in this one. Everything seems to go together.
It does. The colors are really nice together. Like the tie back and the fabric really are so complementary. And even the little bits of pink in there are super nice. The skin tone is beautiful. The lighting, I think, is done well on this. This is a really difficult pose. I don't even do this pose. And I actually think that this person has done a really, really good job on lighting it. Because I find a lot of times with this pose, you get very flat lighting. So they've got the head tilted up just enough that the lighting is falling on the one side of baby's face, and you can see the shadow across the other eye and kind of fading off from there. I love the toes and the fingers look relaxed. This is great. Yep, really good job.
Okay, well done, Mariana. Okay. Here's our next one.
Oh, heart.
Oh, I didn't even see the heart at first.
So
Yes.
cute. I know it blends in a little bit, but so pretty. So this one to me is slightly similar to the other one with the bulky wrap.
Oh, I see that. Yes.
Yeah, this one, I'm sorry, I'm just trying to think of what I would do differently. I would maybe tilt, like baby's head's got a bit of an angle, but I maybe would have gone a little further and again tilted her upright, like at the head looking a little bit more up. I also would have maybe shot from the head side instead of the foot side. Again, these are all very subjective though. I mean, it's a very pretty image and all the colors are very nice together. It's very soft. Um, Baby maybe looks a tiny bit pale, but maybe she was pale.
And then what about the cropping? Do you mind that that little bit of the heel is cut off?
Yeah, I would have included the heel personally, or I would have gotten the feet right out of the way and done like from the hands and the head.
Right.
So I would have gone in closer, or I would have had the full image, yeah, with the heel.
And I'm noticing, I don't know if it's my screen, on the top left corner, very bright whites compared to the rest of the image. So my eye is drawn there
Oh, okay, yeah,
immediately. So that's
yeah.
something to pay attention to, make sure nothing's blown and maybe darken it a bit so the focus is on the baby and on that bright corner.
Yeah, so cute though.
But beautiful and peaceful.
Very relaxed baby. Nice, lucky.
Okay, here's our next one.
Oh, so cute.
So would this pose be the one that one of the poses you were mentioning in that other one where you were unsure which pose
Yes.
it was? Okay.
Yeah.
I see that now. So we don't see that back arm at all.
No, so
Yeah.
this would be a more typical bum up. First of all, I think this is beautiful. I actually really like the angle because it's not the angle that I typically shoot, but I love it. I love all the negative space. I find it quite relaxing. In terms of random technical things, I suppose baby's hand could have been a smidgen flatter, but that's probably the baby. I've had babies that will not do that. They cup their hand. It's like, and I suppose theoretically you could have had those back toes popping through the leg, but those are random, you know,
Right.
just random technical pose things that don't really mean anything. I think this is a beautiful image. I think the lighting is very, very nice and soft. And I think this person did a really good job.
I think so too. So I'm not super familiar with this pose. So
Yeah.
you mentioned the back leg. Are those, I mean, ideally, would you want the toes to be showing or no, if she were to try this pose again with another baby?
I think for that particular detail, it definitely depends on the baby. I've had babies that will absolutely not allow their toes to pop through. Like they keep sucking it back out. So whether it's uncomfortable for them. So I would never technically judge an image based on whether the toes were showing or not.
Okay.
I mean, I personally always try for it just to give that little added extra detail of the little toes. But again, some babies won't, just like some babies will cup their hands and some babies will fist their hands,
Right.
which is also great. But yeah, no, it's well done. Very well done.
Okay. This one was added recently.
What a pretty baby. Oh my gosh. So the first thing that stands out for me here is the lighting. I can see that the light is coming mainly from the side / bottom left corner, which means the baby has been uplit. So if next time I actually like the way the baby is laying. I like the angle of her head, but I would have put the light at the top left hand corner. So it would have come right across her face and then down across everything else.
Right. So the way it is now, you can see that the shadow is on the eye.
Yes, it's gone up the nose.
Yeah. Okay. And what about the kind of the tilting or the kind of the angle that the bed is in? What do you think about that?
I like that. I find, unfortunately, a lot of, I find you have to be really careful with putting babies in things that people will somehow interpret as a casket.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and it's weird because some people's brains just go there, and it's usually somebody's grandma on social media will say something weird. But I find tilting the angle of the bed, tilting the angle of the baby, tilting the head, not having everything straight. So what this photographer has done is really good, to not have it look like that.
That's a great tip. I have not heard of that, but that
Yeah,
totally makes
people are
sense.
super weird about it.
Okay. And I think this is our last one for today.
Our last one. Okay. Oh my gosh, what a little nugget.
Yes, Priscilla has submitted a number of images, and clearly she has amazing wrapping skills.
Yeah, no, this wrap was
Yes.
very well done. And especially on an awake baby, the fact that those legs are not flinging out. I'm not sure if she did do it as a composite with somebody holding the legs or not. Either way, it looks awesome. Um, Considering the baby's awake, there's not a whole heck of a lot I'm going to say about this other than I think it's great.
All right.
Yeah, it's nice. I love the tones are all like same. So I like that.
Mhm.
Then the baby really stands out, which is normally what I want anyways, because that should be the star of the show for me. But
And look how the toes are touching her cheek.
they are, they are. I know.
If we could only all be that flexible.
Right? Oh my gosh, awesome, so cute.
Okay, well, thank you, Priscilla. One day we'll have to talk to Priscilla about her wrapping.
Yeah,
I'm going to make a note of that.
I love it.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you, Tamarind, for all that critique and advice and all those useful tips. And thank you to the photographers for submitting those images. We hope to see more during the accreditation.
Yeah.
And
So
Tamarind will be there, one of the judges.
when is that? That's June something, right?
Members need to submit by next Tuesday, and then I'm not sure when the judges will be convening to actually judge. But yes.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm looking forward to that. And I have to say, it's really nice to have something to look forward to.
It is the little things.
It sure is, yeah.
Yes. Okay, so I wanted to ask, I was going over your bio to get ready for this.
Okay.
And I noticed that you used to work for Black's Photography.
Yeah.
I spent many hours developing, like going in and out of the stores, buying albums, developing film.
Yeah.
Do you want to share a little bit about that experience?
Yeah, it was actually my very first job. Was working at Black's Photography in the mall. I was 17. It was in my hometown. And I think I did like the retail stuff for a bit, and then because I'm super techie and stuff like that, I wanted to work in the lab, and obviously back then it was film. And so I managed to squirm my way into the lab, and I got to like develop. I mean, there's big machines. Wasn't like it was super hands-on, but I got to like develop film and print people's film, and adjust for like exposure and white balance and all that stuff on these huge machines. So that was it was a good learning experience, for sure. It was really neat. And then I remember when there was another kind of film that came out after, like, so 35 millimeter was obviously the main one, and then there was another weird one, not 110. There was like another one that came out that was some other weird shaped cartridge, and it wasn't out for very long. And then I think it was when I was in university that digital cameras started becoming like a thing. Because I moved to Guelph in '97 and went to university here and worked at the Blacks here for a little while as well, just for some extra money. And and then I remember digital coming out, and that was super intimidating. I actually didn't have a digital camera for like a very long time.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, it was super intimidating. Yeah. So.
Well, yeah, for those of you who are not in Canada, or I don't know if is it cross country Blacks, but Blacks is one of those, the shops in the mall that you go to, back in the day. Yeah, we're dating ourselves.
Now I think they are still online, but they definitely are not. Yeah, it's sad. I mean, I get it, but it's still sad.
Yes. Well, thank you again for coming. Do you have any interesting plans for this long weekend here in Canada?
Oh, it's my birthday. So.
Oh, today?
No, on Monday.
Oh, well, happy early birthday.
So.
Are you celebrating with, I don't know, a takeout dinner or someone cooking for you?
We got steak. So we'll have steak dinner
Mm,
and probably some beer. And
nice.
probably go to bed at like 9. What else is there to do?
Exciting times. Yes. So, well, we'll see how next week goes for us here in Ontario. You know, our premier just announced opening of some businesses. So we are slowly beginning.
Yes, and hopefully the opening of stuff keeps slowly going and hopefully we don't end up having to backtrack.
Yes. So we'll all be staying tuned, I'm sure,
Yeah,
next week.
definitely, for sure.
Okay, so I'm going to say goodbye to our Facebook members here.
Bye.
And hope to see you at Accreditation.